Hello and welcome to another guitar channel. Another guitar channel is a channel for all those guitarists who cannot play on an instrument but they love to turn the knobs. And today we get another episode from my beautiful series called After the Show. As you can see probably here, I was at the concert of the Cavalera brothers. There was a second time when I saw those brothers playing heavy metal music. The first time was when they were playing Roots, and now there's a special event when they were playing Arise and Beneath the Remains. So it was called Beneath the Arise. Yeah, Beneath the Arise, Beneath something like that. The first time I've heard about Sepultura, because of course this is where we're going to, was when the Arise album came out, and I bought it of course on a cassette. I don't know if some of you maybe still remember what cassette was. And then I've listened to it, and it was one of the first brutal metal music I was listening to, because before I was listening to thrash metal like Metallica, Anthrax, some Polish bands like Acid Drinkers, and this album was like, wow, this is brutal, this is heavy. I was never a fan of like a death metal, black metal music. Never. But Arise was recorded in the way, because I was always like aware of how it's recorded, how it sounds, if it's clear or if it's dirty. And what I didn't like about death metal music and black metal music from this era was like the recordings wasn't so clear. But Arise was combining thrash metal with death metal in the way that actually it came to my ears, in that I've actually liked it, and I've enjoyed this album. And of course since then I became a very huge fan of a band called Sepultura. When they released Chaos AD and Roots album, I was like, wow, this is the shit. And I even seen the original lineup of Sepultura when they were playing in Poland with the Roots album, and that was one of the first concerts like from the west side of the wall, which I see, because I'm talking about like times when everything was still mixed up. The communism was ending, and actually all this crap was like, the capitalism was coming into our country. Of course, for me it was always Max Cavalera, who was like, the main persona of the band. And when he decided to leave the band, and actually when he started to make Soulfly and came a little bit more into new metalish school of playing, I went with his path, and I was never a fan of new Sepultura, 20 years, without Max Cavalera. But like I said, I was always into this stuff, Max Cavalera was doing. So Soulfly, maybe not Nailbomb, maybe not Cavalera Conspiracy even, and all this, like I would say Roots and Chaos AD plus Soulfly. But of course, because I started with Sepultura, long time ago, when they were playing a concert in London, named Cavalera. By the way, beautiful logo with Sepultura letters from Morbid Visions. I was like, I need to go over and see it. Why? First of all, from the guitarist perspective, which is most important for this channel, the question is Max Cavalera still playing on the guitar? Well, I've seen Soulfly long time ago when he used to play on the guitar, and I've seen Soulfly like last year, 2018, in Poland on Poland Rock Festival. Maybe it was Woodstock still, but anyway, I've seen it there. And of course, on those last concerts, he wasn't playing on the guitar too much. Mark Rizzio is doing a job for him. When I saw him playing Cavalera Roots as well, he wasn't really playing the guitar. And of course there's rumors on the internet and people are like, you know, thinking, is Max still playing the guitar? So my thing is like that. When they announced they're gonna play Beneath the Remains and Arise, I was like, no freaking way he's gonna play all those songs, because they are much more complicated than what he was doing later with his bands. And actually, when maybe he is playing in the studio and he's of course making all those songs, and his charisma and creativity is huge, and actually he is, you know, like composing everything and having the last word and what Soulfly, Cavalera, Conspiracy or Nailbomb or whatever is doing. When you look at him playing on the concerts, and if you're a guitarist, you know that most of the time, except of Mark Rizzio, who is playing the riffs and who's playing the solos and everything, most of the time the job on this concert is made by someone who knows when and how and where Max is gonna play. So he must have a technician over the front of house board, over the mixer, switching him on and off. Fortunately, in this time we got those Kempers, fractals, you know, Axe FX and everything like that. So there is no amplifiers on stage. So when he's like not holding the strings, and when he's like, you know, jumping all around, jump around, motherfucker, he is not creating all the feedbacks or anything. And then the guy can just, you know, mute him and like, you know, switch him off the mix. And if you look closer, you will see that actually he is not playing a lot on those concerts now. I need to say he was playing for a while, and there are moments when he is even moving the hands on the same positions like Mark Rizzio is. But when I see him playing on E6 string, whatever is you know, whatever is his tuning, but actually when I see him like playing on an E6 string on zero, without any like any I mean, without putting a hand on the fretboard, and actually without you know, changing the notes, and he's like pretending that he's playing something, and then you see you don't even need to hear it, then you see Mark Rizzio playing in many different positions and playing the riff properly. You know that Max is not playing, because that would cause the dissonances and everything like that. So from the guitarist perspective, sorry Max, I love you, you're a great musician in the studio, you're a great artist, you created lots of music that I love, but actually on the concerts but the concert was great. The concert was a beautiful show, the concert was full of energy, the concert was full of good music, the concert was, you know, you could hear everything very loud and clear as well. So the guys on the desk were like really making a good job, and actually, you know, they wasn't making any mistakes or anything like that. So it was the energy from back from the 90s mixed with the new energy, like from now, from the future. And actually, you know, the gig was beautiful, quite long. People enjoyed it. There was like mosh pit, you know, walls of death and everything like that. I was even close to the stage for a while, but actually there was, on this concert it was too much for me, and actually me and my friend we went back, and actually I really enjoyed the show, and actually I was very happy to see Igor and Max playing back together, and I was happy to see them being in a good condition as well. So talking about the whole show, great stuff. Talking about the sound, great stuff. Talking about fun, great stuff. So if you got an opportunity, I don't know how many concerts is left on this tour, but if you got the opportunity to see them live somewhere, just go and have a look and enjoy it. So that's what it is. I missed the time when he was playing his Warlocks with 4 strings. Because of him, I liked BC Rich Warlock by that time. There was no amplifiers on stage, so probably it was all from you know, like digital modeling stuff. Mark was of course playing his Washburn, I think it's his signature instrument. He's a great guitarist, great performer, and what he can do with the guitar is amazing. Max was playing his ESP signature model. I don't know about the bass player, and what is as well very important, the drums were very specific, because the bass drums, the kicks were very small. I think they could be even like 20 inches radius, so that's what it is. Then you had like tom-toms with a central tom-tom between 2 small ones with a central big one, so quite unusual for the set. And like I said, the gig was great, and actually I really enjoyed that stuff. So that's what it is. But Max Cavalera is not really playing the instruments live. Bye, thank you for watching another guitar channel. Or another guitar channel is for you, of course. Even if you can play the guitar, it's for you. Why not? I'm waiting for your comments, I'm waiting for your likes, dislikes, subscribes, unsubscribe, and blah 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 blah.